Hey, what's happening, everybody? Ask Jesse answers are here. Are you ready? I'm ready. If you're ready, are we ready? Okay, here we go. First question comes to us from Victor Makalintal. And Victor, I apologize for mispronouncing your name. I'm sure I butchered it horribly. Let me get to your question. Victor asks, how can I save if I'm just earning less than $1,000 a month here in the Philippines? Or where can I invest some of it? I like this question because a lot of times we will look at our present financial situation as our final financial situation, and in doing so we put this huge limit on what is possible for ourselves. And I recently read this story, watched this interview about a man who was in a similar situation. This man made no more than $14,000 a year in his career. And by the time he retired, he had something like $70 million occurred in his retirement account. And the reason is because without fail, he was disciplined enough to invest 20% of his money every month. I don't know what the exact conditions were of his living situation, if he had shared housing, if he owned a house, if he, what went into all that. I'm sure if he was investing that heavily, he had to make some adjustments otherwise to be able to accommodate that. And because he invested that much consistently every month for the entire duration of his career, and he had compounding interest, he got into some good things, it took off. And he was able to live like no one else. There's this expression that says, if you're willing to live like no one else, then you can eventually live like no one else. Meaning that if you're willing to make changes, if you're willing to make sacrifices, if you're willing to make decisions, if you're willing to take risk, if you're willing to pay yourself first before you pay the bills, now you're going to have the opportunity to live like no one else later. And this isn't even exploring other opportunities or possibilities of making additional income. You just asked me about what you could do with $1,000, and this is just one suggestion I have. Look at ways to pay yourself first. Look at ways to pay yourself first. I am not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on TV. And what I understand about investing and what I understand about saving, what I understand about paying yourself first, is the long-term profitability of it is just exponential. And so it's a discipline we have to set aside. And what that means is that when you're looking at a monthly budget, when you're looking at monthly expenditures, you have to determine an amount for yourself that you're setting aside and you're never touching. And you're looking at ways to invest. Maybe you consult a friend who works in finance, you read a book on finance. Whatever your financial decision is with that, that's up to you. Just make sure that you're being diligent about paying yourself first. And then look for ways to invest your money in, I would say, not only investing so your money matures, but investing in yourself so that you're able to grow, so you're able to expand your skill set, so you're able to broaden your horizons, so you're able to learn new skills, acquire new techniques that might allow you to make more money and expand what you're doing to earn money. Okay? So that's what I would look at. And then also, just as a final note, for me, looking and studying inspiring people is always inspiring for me because it reminds me, if one person can do it, I can do it. So look into that and look into studying inspiring people. Google, man who made $14,000 a year, retired with $70 million. I've heard countless stories like that, where people who make significantly less than what we think you need to be a millionaire end up becoming millionaires. And it's just because they're smart with their money and they're frugal with how they spend. Okay, great question. Number 2 comes to us from Jennifer Paul, and Jennifer asks, so I really believe in visualizing what I want for my future, but I keep fighting with my own personal fear of things not coming into my life. How do you handle your self-doubts? Thank you. So I believe in visualizing, and I keep fighting with my own fear and self-doubt. This shows you how powerful visualizing is. Because what Jennifer's telling us is that she believes in visualizing and that her fears pop into where she comes in. So what ends up happening is you're visualizing your fears, which means you're going to manifest more situations in your life where your fears come up and intercede, keep you from getting what you want. If I could say it, look at it, it's such a powerful word, I can't even speak it. Visualizing is so powerful because our brain works in pictures, right? Our brain does not care about words like the and it. That is just used for us to form sentence structure. But what we hear is keywords. If we use keywords, if I say my brain learns in pictures, You're getting images of your brain, you're getting images of your pictures, you're getting images of learning. My is irrelevant. Filler words are irrelevant. So your brain is always learning in pictures. And if we're always visualizing things like fear, guess what we're going to get? Our brain is going to focus on fear and think, oh, I need more fear. We need to look for more ways to bring fear up. So how do you move past this? How do you overcome this? That's the $1 million question. The key is if you're going to visualize, you have to make sure you're visualizing what you really want. And surround yourself with it too. When you're doing your visualization, that's great. Focus on it. And if you start to feel fear trickle in, break it, take a deep breath, and then re-engage on what you want. I also recommend physically surrounding your spaces with what you want. Pictures on your wall, motivational quotes, all those things, just so it's constantly be taken in and you're not just doing it when you're closing your eyes and visualizing. Change the music you listen to so it's only music that's conducive to supporting what you want. Change the TV, the movies you watch. If you have certain fears that pop up and they're commonly shown in popular culture, movies and television, no more of that. Put movies on that you always see the little guy winning, where you see good overcoming evil, where you see the risk paying off. Lots of things like this. You want to literally drown yourself in the stuff that you want. Okay? And you have to cut out the other stuff, because while we're learning to retrain our mindset, we have to really fill our mindset with the mindset we want. If we're bringing the other stuff in along with it, guess what? Those weeds are going to take over. Our garden is only going to be as strong as the least amount of weeds we have. Get rid of the weeds and plant all that you want. You're going to be set. All right, awesome questions, everybody. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and family. We'll be right back here again next week to do another one, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.